pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make and fall.
Sierra Leone's path toward bridging social gaps and fostering trust presents a valuable lesson for West Africa in addressing the polarizing effects of identity in politics and economics. By embracing new beliefs and perceptions that prioritize collective emancipation, the nation can tackle the systemic exclusivity that often divides rural and grassroots communities from national decision-making processes. Bridging the polarization of identities, whether political, ethnic, or economic, is essential for fostering unity. Historical divisions rooted in identity, politics, and unequal economic structures have created a climate of mistrust which perpetuates societal fragmentation. By promoting dialogue and equitable representation across all identities, Sierra Leone can cultivate a shared sense of national purpose. This requires reimagining political systems to be more inclusive, ensuring that marginalized voices, especially from rural areas, have meaningful participation in governance and policy making. Economically, reducing identity-driven disparities is crucial. Efforts must focus on expanding access to resources such as education, healthcare, and economic opportunities for underserved communities. Policies that decentralize economic power and prioritize rural development can help bridge the wealth gap and create a more inclusive class system, fostering trust and solidarity between different socio-economic groups. At the grassroots level, empowering communities to actively participate in shaping their futures strengthens collective engagement. This approach not only addresses immediate inequities, but also fosters long-term societal cohesion by reducing identity-based polarization. The cultivation of new inclusive beliefs and practices can transform Sierra Leone into a model of unity and shared progress. By prioritizing inclusivity and addressing the polarizing forces of identity in politics and economics, Sierra Leone offers a blueprint for West Africa to embrace shared prosperity and empower citizens at every level of society.
Yes, Pambula, Muna, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever una day. Apuna mite mena na piari, second no. Bondesha menemwe. Iwa, kawiena. Today, I am going to discuss a little bit of history, but that history will center around the failure of the elite class for make Sierra Leone change and develop. Launch the term where Sierra Leoneans for know what in the root problem in Sierra Leone. Otherwise, we're going to go round and round and round and round, doing the same things, expecting different outcomes. And progress not come that way. Change not come that way. Sierra Leone has to make progress. The elite class of Sierra Leone therefore take definite decisions and then therefore put in place definite steps to make things change. We therefore stop for the talk Western book and try to understand the root of the problem na Sierra Leone. The root of the problem na divided mentality. I remember in the 80s, them in get one comic show where the Nigerians been they do, Chief Zebroda, where then they talk about split personality. If you look at Sierra Leone, I think that issue of split personality, they apply to we. We want somebody else, whilst at the same time we want to be Sierra Leoneans. But beside this come out, waiting at the root of all of this. These are the things that we need for the discourse. These are the things that we need for the understand, so that we will find ways and means for solve the problems that we come together. This present strategy we don't take because they don't gaslight we for believe say politics is the only way you can get wealthy. Yes, it's an easy way to get wealthy where impunity and lack of ethical standards there. But in societies where impunity and lack of ethical standards not there, where ethical standards are above every other consideration, you cannot get rich in politics easily. You see, the Sierra Leonean, very unfortunate. The Sierra Leonean unfortunate in the sense that for over 200 years, they teach you the wrong things, they make you believe in the wrong things. Then they left we to ourselves for 64 and more years. We not sit down for ask ourselves, say, then things are we inherit, and good for we or they're not good for we. This is the problem of Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone to the point where people seem not to care anymore about what is correct or what is not correct. All people want to know is how to get money, how to make them. Yes, you can make them without going to that kind of politics and the practice in Sierra Leone. You can make them. If Sierra Leoneans can move out of Sierra Leone, then can walk out of Sierra Leone, they will make reasonable wealth for themselves. Why shouldn't they be able to make it in Sierra Leone? That's a question we need to be asking. There are many Sierra Leoneans who have walked out of Sierra Leone, then don't live most of their life out of Sierra Leone, then get a comfortable life. Some have made it rich. Why can't we in our own place of birth? Today, I attempt to answer that question partly, but I'm going to use some level of history. The history in 3 levels. First and foremost, the period between the start of the slave trade on to the end of the slave trade. Then the period between the start of colonialism on to the end of colonialism. Then finally, we'll look at the period between 1905 and now. Why 1905? Because From 1905 onwards, things begin happen in Sierra Leone. We polarize the country. We create a three-way class system when 1930 they affect we. That you call politics in Sierra Leone today, na class war. People hide behind names. They call their clubs, but they are not political parties. Now war machine them, then get. We say SLPP, it's a war machine. APC, it's a war machine. NGC, now a failed war machine. This time of Sierra Leone, they use politics as a front for fete and class war. You see, one of the things that we use on the people, now the fear factor. They want you to believe everything is bright and beautiful. When you talk about war, there's been in this war. And this war will start before even the Europeans came to Sierra Leone to colonize us. It started when Europeans came to Sierra Leone to look for human labor that they would take across the Atlantic Ocean to be used as free labor or slaves. Before the Europeans started doing that, Sierra Leone was part of a loose, decentralized confederation with them they call the Koya Kingdom. The Koya Kingdom, we don't know the exact boundary, but according to records where they, it will extend from somewhere around southern Guinea-Bissau down south through Liberia, almost entering present-day La Côte d'Ivoire. That was the Koya Kingdom. Then it will go inland into the forest region of Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Which I get to see the Konyaka, the Kono, etc. As a matter of fact, the Koya Kingdom was started by the last group of people who came from Central West Africa around Burkina Faso, Northern Ghana area, where then they call the Konya. They were led by a man called Farmer Kamara. When he came, he conquered certain tribes we meet. He was able to get the teammates to work with him. Then he called them Konya Kingdom. That's why today, if you go to Guinea, you will meet that word Koya. Koya Day, several Koyas there inside Guinea. You come Sierra Leone, you get Koya. Not only chiefdom they talk about, places. You get a place near Cambia, where then they call Koya. You go Liberia, you dey meet Koya. When this kingdom be formed, what will happen? During the governance system, where you get the king, then you get regional leaders, them what they call them Bana. Some of the regional leaders here became rogue. They started doing business with Europeans. Then they come inland, try invade them, company them, take them, picking them, and then fumble them, then waft them, then carry them, go sell them into slavery. This weakened the Koya Kingdom. 400 and not much years, because Koya Kingdom came into existence sometime around the middle to the end of the 16th century. Most of the slave trade will take place in West Africa. Had its roots from Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone has been one of the biggest participants in the slave trade. 450 years of that. It roots deep grudge now in society. It roots deep hate now in society. It roots deep divide now in society. Then the people confidently and they still live with we. Then after the Europeans then decide, say then they end this inhuman act of slavery, then decide for bring some of the people then picking them and then picking them, them take from Sierra Leone. Then when decide say do everything possible for stop the slave trade, then create a military naval garrison at Bond, because Bond Shabro that be a major area for slave trading, York Island. To stop this thing and create a naval base, then ship them, they go out for intervene with other ships, then bring them come. Then begin bring the people them back for can settle them in Sierra Leone. Some been go back outside and come out. Now that give rise to the people who they call today Aku or Uku. So they full of tongue, Frobe, Badin. The people who them can resettle. Now them picking them. Now then today what they call Uku. I make them and then they mix. Some are Christian, some are Muslims. And we get basically Benin, Togo, Ghana, Fernandopo, all them places then they where them people they mix. Within this period where the British then take over, they're not been doing anything about education. They left them. Sorry, they left them to the missionaries. Sorry about that. The missionaries, they came with a competitive spirit for educate Africans because they saw it as a way to get people them into the congregation, because their primary target was training Africans to become priests so that then we use them for go preach them gospel. This process became counterproductive after a particular point, I would say. Counterproductive in the sense that when they started training these missionaries, the educated African became interested in areas other than priesthood. Some begin train as administrators, some begin train as medical personnel, etc., etc. Then the British, when they control the colony, they became afraid that if they allow these educated Africans to rise in the administration, it will be a problem for them. Racism became a factor in Sierra Leone. The Creoles, as we know them, we are the victims of that racism. Because the Creoles at the western area will be get access to this missionary funded education. The British only put their money for education. They not put 1 cent today. About the same time, the Amistad revolt did happen. Some people from America came with Sengepe and others, they went south to Shabro Island. They started the EUB mission. The EUB mission begins spread gradually. It come up to Utifunk, it take Tonkolili, it go into Tama and the other areas. So here is the situation where British nations came in only in the western area and part of the northern province. Of course, when they all come, one thing we forget for say, and the first set of missionaries that came to West Africa, even before the slave trade, were the Catholics. The first Catholic we come to West Africa, he was called Madhatsa Dariel. He came society they would call Guinea-Bissau. From there, he spread in preaching, come south up to Cape Mount. Some of the local chiefs they will meet, then convert into Christians. One of the king of Koya kingdom became a Christian. He came in Peking. The Peking go Portugal. He go study. He was the first Sierra Leonean to have a bachelor's degree. He came back and he was made king. Within a short period, he died. Whatever the reason, we don't know. But he died in reign for long. He was the king called Pedro of the Koya kingdom. Then, by the time the Europeans came, and by the time Sengepe they come, the Catholics allowed a strong hold. But they met resistance because the northern part of Sierra Leone, the plateau region of Guinea, and the inland of Senegal and Guinea-Bissau were by then highly Islamic. Islam belong getting roots in West Africa long that time. They may get universities, they may get places of learning, madrasas, etc. So it was not easy for people within that part of Sierra Leone for converting to Christians. Whereas the southern part and the inland of the east would not been too much religious or westernized, they were easy to be converted into Christians. That reflects in even the structural condition we Sierra Leone gets today in terms of Western education. It's not because people in the south and the east, they're more educated in Western education. Yes, that's a fact. But you have people in the north who had centuries of Arabic education. And those same people in the north, within particular elite groups, they had their children sent into English and French schools. Yes. But because the colonial British regime not being care about education, they were there to exploit the people. The missionaries then create a class situation wherein would I go Catholic school, feel saying your education better pass the go Wesleyan school. If it's say better pass the we go Methodist school, etc., etc. This is one aspect of course war where we get 30 in our society. We dey see am, but we know they no say a problem. Everybody they dance for in school, they match pass for in school. As if to say their school and the important pass Sierra Leone. We don't spend money to build up those schools. We don't spend money to modernize the type of education so it go fit into we development needs. We'll spend money to buy brass band and things like that and go match pass because we still get the colonial mentality. This is part of the class the elite class war with the Sierra Leone. We know they make an easy for make we work together. We have seen it in broad daylight. The last regime, if you are not connected to Maboka Boys School, you'll find it difficult to work with them. This present regime, if you are not connected to both schools, you find it difficult to work with them. This is the class war with the whole backward development. Added to that, the British recklessness and the racism, they institute a mentality in Sierra Leone where today the elites them, and they will sit down and ask. We inherited a polarized system. We inherited a system that is dysfunctional. What do we do to make it work? Instead, you hear a old president, they go talk now BBC, I met the system broken, I met tribalism, and I cannot fix it. Well, don't be president. Demi Amadabi, you're not you for say that, honestly. He should not have said that, especially in an international media. That's an attestation to failure. Yes, the system is broken. It was willfully created broken. It's our duty as Sierra Leoneans to face the fact that we inherited a broken system, so let us fix it. But the critics of Sierra Leone have never sat down to ask, how do we fix this broken system? Instead, then they use them for gaslight the people. Now, then they use them for preach tribalism will not be the exist in Sierra Leone. And they use them for create cultism. Then they use them for create things where they make the people of Sierra Leone stay static. Then foreigners they come, then easily they make their way in Sierra Leone and prosper. When the British started to see the danger of Creoles and other nationals in the Western area becoming highly educated, decided that they were going into the Protectorate to go and open a school. What did they do? And create another division of the society we still they affect with. And then go, they open school for everybody. Then decide, say, then they go open school for the sons and wards of chiefs. So automatically, they have told Sierra Leoneans, we will create this class, it will rule you, the others are going to be subjects to this class, no matter whether you get education. As a matter of fact, and create a culture for my people and believe, say, those who are going to the American funded school, the EUB mission, which is what they call UMC, they were of a lower educational standard. All them things they play now we country today in impact with political beliefs and perceptions, in impact with attitudes towards each other. It's high time the elites of Sierra Leone come together and begin to ask the necessary questions. We cannot continue with this gaslighting and class nonsense. Because what people only do, then they use class war to create a victimization condition. We don't transfer now into the politics. When a government takes over power, rather than then concentrate on continuity, now these guys stolen all the money. They have taken all the money. What is the class mentality discussing that? Yes, internal twist. Class mentality, now I make when people then get power, they say this is our turn to eat. Yes, now we on class don't control we eat. Who come out the other how team it go eat them. Why don't we sit down and stop this? Country for once, take out the DNA of dishonesty that led our forefathers to sell their kinsmen into slavery and begin to reload wisdom with software of ethical standards. We go make we build up honesty and trust in Sierra Leone. Instead, with all over the place, they make noise about we schools. Those schools, I don't care whether na UMC or na Anglican or na Wesleyan or na Bow School or Magboka School or Prince of Wales or Grammar School. Those schools were built around a specific motive to brainwash us and create servants, not masters. Yes. Can we debrief now and start to look at how we can create new men and women in Sierra Leone that will look at Sierra Leone and say, this is our home, let us make it into what we want it to be. Can we? The British be one create a boat school, then go apply, then go to one of my grand uncle them. We not been chief now binti. Because my mama signed from that birthday. Then go talk to the pa agree. Say yes, we go help una for open this school. But the purpose by then of Governor Probin, as he was called, was to go and create a system where they go give basic literacy, then teach the people them agricultural skills so that they go use that for control them. And then go use that class of people coming from the houses of chiefs and their wards for be the force against the Creole when then she said on they become too powerful. Little did they know that this motive was going to be counterproductive, such that between 1906 and 1950, a breed of protectorate elites had been created, where three class of them are from ruling houses. The other class of them are from non-ruling houses. Then in 1948, they go open Protectorate Assembly. And then the Kombolo begin the fight for control. Those from non-ruling houses think because they can speak the Europeans' language, they have equal rights like those from ruling houses. Hatredness, division begin. They manage until like the mid-50s, you don't do another thing. We came into independence as a divided nation. You're right. I have the document here. I was going to show it. How the British created the inferiority complex when I affect treaty this one as earlier. I was going to show it in sections of our one show, but I just put the topic, educating Africans for inferiority under the British. This article was written in 1990. Under British rule, both School of Sierra Leone, Richard A. Covey, 1990 August, I published this article. One of the things that he made clear here was the reason why the British, out of racism, then go open the Bush School. After the CCA, the missions, they don't begin educate Africans, and most of them were Creoles, where they normally they reach certain level in the system that make them go open both school. Yeah, look at that. But during the last quarter of the 19th century, simultaneously with the advances into Freetown's hinterland, Britain and other European countries successfully invaded, and no, not this, not this, not this, not this. Let me come to the part. Yeah. As was happening in many parts of Africa over the decades, Sierra Leone, colonial and protectorate, the developing system of Western education produced a new elite. Those Africans who, by virtue of their education, held occupation that enabled them to accumulate power and prestige in the changing society of the colonial period. This Western educated elite struggled late 1940s and 50s throughout the continent, became the ruling class. First problem. They replaced the expatriate European ruling oligarchy in all positions of influence and power in society, and appropriated for themselves the prestige of local elite as the most legitimate authority in the eyes of the African masses. This latter task was greatly expedited as in Sierra Leone, many of the new elites were also members of the powerful, chiefly families at the local level. This article describes how Bosco from 1906 into 1950 contributed to the emergence in Sierra Leone of prospective members of this current ruling class, a result that was neither foreseen nor intended by British colonial officials. To the contrary, they envisaged an institution that will serve to solidify and promote British rule. Failed on them, and it created a class war we now will suffer from today. It failed on them. You see, like you rightly say by some, Sierra Leoneans need to read these books. Then they would understand the depth of the political system where we get and why things not a work. Rather than we sit down the cause and effect, let we sit down and ask ourselves necessary questions. Let we do research. Let we find out. Let we find out. We are all blood relatives in Sierra Leone. It no matter whether the person they talk Timini, they talk Mende, they talk Limba, as long as we all carry common surnames, those surnames then point to the origin. Then points to the fact that we're all related. It no matter whether the person they talk Mende, they talk Limba or Soso, the fact that every district in Sierra Leone get a place where they call Sumbuya, the point say we get common origins. We really get for try in Sierra Leone. We get for put aside pettiness. Especially we will say we're educated, we get for put aside pettiness. We're too petty for we country inconvenience. We're too petty for even we own comfort. Sierra Leone has a lot of potentials. Sierra Leone has a lot of resources. But with pettiness, no, they allow it. No, they allow it at all. We have to try. We have to try, otherwise, I see no hope for that place. It no matter whether the person na Mende or Timni or Limba, it no matter whether the person go Bo school or he go Koyema school or he go Kabantama school or he go Levuma school. What's important is if the person is a Sierra Leonean, let us sit together and talk. Let us sit together to agree on what we need to do going forward. That's what matters. And let people stop imposing on others as if they know it all. Knowledge is there to be shared. It's not there to be used as a tool for impunity. If you have knowledge, share it with people. If they want it, fine. If they don't want it, don't force them. Not to by force. Encourage people to go in search of knowledge. Encourage people to read, because reading is one of the courses we get. Sierra Leone man not they read, they find out. So anybody can tell you any kind of nonsense, you accept them as gospel truth. And when people go and find out, then bring and come, oh, Sabi. We get a lot for change. Now we say the sabotage we say for Sierra Leone. The class war, it don't lead we into a mentality zone where with a gaslight we self, lie by we self, assume a lot of things. Then what it make and worse, we not they take responsibility for our actions. We always they play victim. If we want to see a prosperous Sierra Leone, we have to change individually what in the inside we hate. We have to change individually to make we begin understand, see, everything that is a challenge for us was created. And that there are ways we can solve whatever the challenge be. But we need for take steps, we need for take steps. If not, nobody can change them for we. God not come because God do not get time for babysit. International community will then come, then go spend them on new side they want spend and bring them, picking them for can make consultants, then give them all the money back. The money they own they take from international community. Then they make sure say that them picking and go do the consultancy. And take all the money. On our left cadre punk, as they say when I say. Sierra Leonean get for wake up. I dey always talk on this channel. Una get for wake up. Una get for wake up, not in terms of going to cause and fight. In terms of acquiring the necessary knowledge. That knowledge will make you know what you need for know. Because that's what is going to set you free. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jalon. They get me clear, right?
I will get you loud and clear.
Thank you very much. They talk about class. Very important. And one part it's in the way they stop with. This is one of the things the way to make the political affairs around both. That's that. We're not to start
Scrap things in around those. So, not only now, we should not talk. Only people then put inside any hole they intend for put on there. How much of the class for the day not intend for it? Talk no more.
It's not bad for long. It's not bad. For people from the not bad for 3 years. This is my friend. But let your friendship Don't we stop peace? Stop. Geared towards development of all, but not for few. He mentioned about class. Yes, political class, one man no. He mentioned about, Wodagu Madoka boys.
Finance go mind, na Magoka boys, na them be the benefit.
Oh, now you go school. You are part of the class because that man they all go the same school. That man, in fact, another class hold on, then a year, then the class of 1984, class of 1986. Yeah, for a big class or for a big class, for a big college class of 1985. Jala class of they don't make yes for me. I'm not against setting your class or setting your club or setting your organization, but the bigger picture is with the concern for everyone, not to be concerned for just una way did that class. Now we don't take for your they say against fraternity, whether they na call about radical class, whether they na general class, they have them. That they all don't take over. So all those people, and when you look at them, you only look at this. No matter who you are, that man in a me comrade, that man in a me do fraternity the same thing. Now me in this, now me everything just bubble up in this issue of command as they keep it now. And when they look at but if they look at just like affecting other people, you just tell it una against other sets of people. Well, if we say you're not supposed to be like so, we all to just come together and go to talk how to be together. No matter who's presenting today, no matter the class of or year of class we come on, no matter the school inside come on, no matter. I remember the queen we on class they call them Abu Warriors. Makini they call them Wutumsa. They say Abu Warriors are Sumsa. Yes, sir.
Which are the class or the fraternity, not the problem, not the mentality. I am showing you a ring. Do you know what this means?
A what?
This ring, what they show, so you know what it means?
Okay, let me see. Just give me. Yes, at least, yeah.
I hardly wear them on special occasions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being a member of a fraternity is not a crime.
It's a crime.
And in certain societies, you respect the laws of the land, you respect the religion that is practiced by the people.
Yeah.
But in Sierra Leone, it's a way for lawlessness because the mentality is lawless.
Mm-hmm.
And the mentality of the people in them classes, then they are the problem of Sierra Leone. Nothing is wrong with identifying with anything.
Indeed.
Nothing is wrong with belonging to any association or institution.
Mm-hmm.
But when associations and institutions then purpose now for destroy others or affect the progress of others, then they are illegal.
They are illegal. That they have another focus.
Yes.
It means they have another agenda, as they can say.
Because one of the tenets of the laws of Sierra Leone, nobody not gets the right for interfere with the human rights of the other person. Now I make the chapter in the Constitution we outline the basic human rights of every Sierra Leonean is an entrenched clause. For making them change or amend or do anything to them, they need to get a 2/3 majority of every member of parliament voting yes. Then there should be an election, a referendum. But when things here, the Sierra Leonean not to find out. The Sierra Leonean not even understand waiting right for them, waiting not right
No,
for
Sierra Leone, that is research. But
don't put on under so much pressure.
if they talk of power sharing or if they talk of PR system, let me go to the archives and know waiting at the here. We know what they power sharing. You just have to call them mistakes at the anti-apartheid. Now anti-apartheid adding some somewhere. Commander they call anti-apartheid. The one mother view, the second somewhere.
That's the way of the elite class. They gaslight the people.
Of course, when something happen, let me say, let me go down or let me ask people movement for say what's in this cough when they go around, or what's in this ideology when they go around, or what's in this policy when they work at the food. No. We just take by the hearsay. In fact, what will they say now? Then they will say, okay, this ideology don't care. Now go back, this ideology don't care. Or when they say DPR system, this what SFP in the saber. So the only thing they say is to go the truth. But for say go down and go research, go to the neutral side and research opportunity and make judgments.
So we get from begin preach to the people.
If you have the political parties,
Mhm.
If you don't put press, you say, no one that. I don't want that. Have you gone to make a research?
Well, and I'm gaslight the people them into believing that political parties are like identities waiting not for change.
They want their political party to see. First, any other to make a research, let me go for what's in this PR. Now go back and research and make an evaluation whether I like for the country or not, and decide whether I want them or not. If we feel that know that this country will come, go to the political party they see. Now people will take, no matter the condition of it, no matter the situation of it, no matter the consequence of it. What's in the political party they support? Then they will take. So that's not the rational thing, of course. Thinking of rational thinking, that's out of play. So for those
It's
that
not out of it. It's not out of it.
to place is a dialogue because people are more religiously, how to put ourselves, obey, the political parties more than any other. Everything.
Well, that's why me and you on social media for make the people they understand otherwise.
Yeah.
And as I can always tell you, it's not an easy task. Let us don't expect people to change tomorrow morning.
Not easy.
The mentality of it happen tomorrow. So one of the things where the elite class they use for control the people, then they lie pan there. Only for they listen to manifesto. Manifesto na lie. You know to make a lie?
Yes, sir.
Now my only thing they go tell you, no side the money they come, you not get 1 cent for one. If I tell you say they can't be lost for you, Dennis, I forget the
Yes,
money first. I forget the know-how. So, we message to the people of Sierra Leone is that they should wake up and stop allowing people to lie to them.
Yeah.
Let them find out. Not to crime for find out. If you get time for read the Bible 7 days a week, you forget time for read the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1 hour every week. If you get time for read the Quran 7 days a week, you forget time for read the Constitution 1 day a week.
Sure.
If you got time for go sit down on Malay bar 7 days a week, you forget time for read the Constitution 1 day a week. Because your responsibility to yourself to make your life comfortable, now you're no more able to do them. Because not do them for you.
The leg go abreast is still the way they happen.
Hey, this man, now na son of the soil. They can't help we. Nobody helps nobody.
Yeah.
If you don't help yourself, nobody helps you.
Exactly.
And you cannot help yourself by being a sycophant. You can only help yourself by being enlightened, so you know what are your rights, you know what are your duties, you know what are your limits
Responsibilities.
and your responsibilities. This now we need to make people then develop as a new attitude. Otherwise, change what people then they ask for, you know they come. Change it to magic. Change in our self-effort.
Yeah.
You can be the poorest man today, but if you make the self-effort within a period of 6 months to 1 year, you they begin put yourself on a foundation where that poverty they begin left you.
And change normally say pass game or pass be somebody in
Well, change is not about money, it's about doing what will bring good things to you.
Technology where they change negative to positive.
Things that will bring all the good things to you now in a change. And what will bring good things to you now good attitude and good energy. You understand?
Yes.
If you say that money no more get for bring change for you, then you end up for be a criminal.
I want to do this. One go pull on.
Well, then you go thief. That's it.
I want to talk so. But also, I not get me coming. I want to get money. They don't go listen to me.
Now money be to make them listen to people. Jesus Christ not before get followers. Prophet Muhammad not they get followers.
Like I always say, one of the things the back where they go now, this issue of negative mentality and laziness.
Well, you cannot call it laziness.
Well, I will call Mr. Jallo. Why will call that?
You know they call it laziness. You know they make an ally call it laziness.
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Sierra Leonean is not lazy. The Sierra Leonean is psychologically entrapped in a situation we then call learned hopelessness. When somebody don't give up about something, they don't care about nothing in life. So you go see Alex say lazy. But if you put them in a situation where hope they revive Panam, you they see somebody hard working. You understand?
Yes.
Now learned hopelessness. Now not the problem in Sierra Leone. The society don't make the people there hopeless. The society don't make the people there lost confidence in themselves. Do you understand? The majority of the people will not see not even this drug crisis within Sierra Leone. Now a product of learned hopelessness. The young generation, they don't say, well, who not get that you they look forward to. So now go enjoy yourself, then go begin take drugs. You understand?
Can you say frustration?
Well, frustration are part of them, but learned hopelessness deeper than frustration.
Okay.
The man not believe nothing anymore. 90% of the people, especially the young people, they don't believe anything anymore in Sierra Leone.
So they don't believe say
Yes. Yes. Anything can really take control.
say hope for it.
What not they?
So
It's worse than frustration.
and those hopeless people will change them by the grace of God.
Well, we need to find a way for get on to them, let them understand, see, the responsibility for change they at the hand.
Yeah.
If we get for can talk to them, now assist them. If we provide them with any material, now assist with the system, or not to we the change them. Because that's the mentality that has been sold even to the educated Sierra Leonean.
Yeah.
Now make una they call the one that they go exploit una development partners. They're not.
Now, Mr. Jilo, that reminds me to which I want to say. Now go and practically. If me have the idea, I go now a get to inside the day, those hopeless guys. Go, gentlemen, like I talk to una small. Like I talk to una at least what will make una change una life. You know what they will look for? This man, they don't get I don't get money.
That's the mentality.
Well, so see, so no mentality. The foundation of the mentality is those people who we call politicians who always go to them say, let me talk to you for vote for me. Yeah, look at money. Una share with this. So it's not in the mentality. Well, that's the thing. So
That is why I've been telling you, say,
yes, sir.
many projects will could change the people in Sierra Leone. Because that's a two-pronged approach, parallel approach. I say dry dog sweet for it, but man forget something for it, say the dog dry, not so.
Yeah.
If you want the people learn for change, you get forget a way where then go they get them living. And make them strict rules say, would I not abide by the conditions we una put for make you get access? Una not the game. Because some people will come, they read the door and they shape money, or the door and they shape something and go there. After that, it disappear. Because the learned hopelessness still affects them.
Don't see.
But you see, what you want to know, Dennis?
Yes.
There is a solution to every problem.
To me, yes, there is. Indeed, there is. They're going to talk about look at what they have already, the mentality ultimately. If I want to talk to people right now, I'll get for about. So Daniel will whisper to a company, so after I don't talk to you, if I did not give them money, what's the negotiation?
Tomorrow, not listen you. I expect it.
Okay, you not attend to that again. But I will never go back. We'll say that better themselves. That money catch. That's because they are indoctrinated that idea. Oh, politics can. Hey, Brad don't come. Talk to them. Stop. When I look at money, the pot will go. And
so, very kind condition where they talk about so.
Yes, sir.
For teaching them, it will take time.
It will take time.
And it also goes stage by stage.
Well, because apart from sharing money, apart from being hopeful, say they will give them money, what out?
You therefore brainwash the people and fresh. Let them understand what they need to understand.
Promises are not if una vote me, I go change your life. If una vote me, I go give una employment. If una vote me, don't go university, they go. Don't do this, they go. So all of that, they get that believe in everybody. The lack of trust don't cut across. It don't cut across. So nobody knows so that's the man we can you just can't let for we go. Look at me. When can talk now election, say campaign, you know mass again now, we don't get power. So Mr. Jello, what you call what you don't get it's still working. And the culture. They don't say yes. We have been fooled several times, and therefore we don't accept any fool again.
That's where learning hopelessness comes in. That's what I've been telling you.
They don't fool us several times, and that then they take and say, oh, once you're in Sierra Leone, they don't accept any fool again.
Yes, but at the end of the day, they put themselves in a hopeless situation.
It is difficult. So all of these things, they talk this evening that it has the foundation. These people are they talk have been gaslight, they have been indoctrinated, they have been, we use all kind of work. So which kind of approach?
We go change them.
They will say, well, let me.
Then it,
Down.
then it, then it,
Yes, sir.
where there is the will, there will always be a way.
Yeah.
The human being get unlimited capacity for change things. And we can only change what is happening in Sierra Leone if first we believe say we're able to change them.
Yeah.
If we don't believe say we're able to change them, then we are wasting time.
No, yeah, no, we believe.
What you believe in is what happens in life.
It takes time. Yeah.
Yes, it is going to take time. And one thing we may aware,
Yes, sir.
maybe the change we they look for, some of you go don't die before that change happen.
No, but the impact we don't.
Yes, the foundation go don't do.
Foundation we don't do.
Nothing not a change overnight.
Yes, sir.
Because that's one of the biggest lies where then they go tell people, hey, let's make it do this one and they go do nothing.
Exactly.
And I realize you.
Messages.
I don't have before life and then I've been to money because of a bag of rice. He talk all him big talk. Look at him today.
Look like what? What's that? What the motorbike? So these were boys. We politicians. They go food them. Most of them go to the people. They say, okay, now you did that. You can watch by default. This ABC politician can't talk to me. Now that politician, they don't even care. A politician don't can this will for enter and the water. So we back to don't can for me say if they can for me. You know, can say this a politician don't can for me that machine for what bikes. There small machine the way they use for spray. That is said. So they have those messages. So they get the hopeful message. Now,
we get offend away. We come offend away for great hope for the people.
You understand me? They will carry back. They will can't talk to Uber. And when they can't talk to him, they will not even tell them. So these are the
it's not the failure of the people.
Yes, sir.
They will tell you that at this time.
Now they talk to
politician come with motorcar, with loud music. Then see cartoons behind the politician in motorcar. Then see money, then see t-shirts, then they begin dance.
Exactly.
That's what learned hopelessness does to people. For change then kind condition then they, you know today you get time for change today. First and foremost, you get for build a confidence with the people say, you genuinely want to let them change. And secondly, and actually come.
Yes, sir.
Because the mistake people make. Don't ever allow you to be dragged into the political vortex. Yeah, they could do this too. Now you will want me, I never get for join salon politics if I get for do anything in a salon. I do them as an individual and I do them on my own terms. If you don't work by one term, go out.
You know who's challenge with that approach? Believe me, since you go for the change, they want an immediate solution.
Well, let them know there's no immediate solution. Those who are ready will stay.
Okay, well now, so that's the local level. You don't come to work there for winter, or you work the next week. So all of this, the way you talk, and these people have been gaslight. With all nothing. Yeah, when they don't become hopeless.
If we want for solve salon problem,
for them, you want to that is I want. What they are looking for.
Then it's
yes, sir.
We want for solve salon problem first. We got to move away from the blame and complaint zone. Secondly,
Yes, sir.
we definitely people understand, say, the condition so serious that they don't expect them for change tomorrow morning. Therefore, be patient. Therefore, be participating members of the change. If they cannot participate in their own change, if they expect you for do everything, then they don't eat the cake, then you know they work. Don't do it.
And you tell them a hopeful message, an immediate message that you don't go far.
Yeah, you don't need to give a message. Tell them the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell them to.
Somebody else, they call her now and they say, talk, yeah?
Could let God give you inspiration, not right.
Don't worry. There is a time for every purpose under the sun, yeah?
Once you don't start at all,
Now talk to this other man who they call.
thank you.
Okay. Yes, Pafode.
Sir.
Let's come and how are you?
About thyself.
I didn't know me corner. How let's start to do?
Well, cool.
This weekend, till now, our result.
Esther win 1-3
Congratulations.
at Swansea.
Until now, our neighbor.
So then they are Friday. I miss you small no more.
Okay. I make one shot. I'll not be.
I be the praise that this man continue for the ramble, so I don't miss you. That's back.
Shot because I've been tired.
As at the evening machine, so no more. That's it, man.
Been tired every day. I don't plan for continue there. I begin get this flag.
You been talk about that pet way they talk about Bebu and Fed. You talk say Bebu and no pet, no war. Now I say, I ask who said that news come on and say it be lead the Fed.
Now the gaslight to the British, then gaslight to it.
Because I be the wonder to myself say
Bangura was head of the Korea Kingdom at the time when the British then come. And he was like the middleman between the British and the other chief of them. Demo Moja, this Bana Luis, Kai Londo, and others. You understand? Because he was in that position, when I go meet and say people then for begin pay out tax, you see, me not be able to tell the people then for pay on. I go talk to them. That was his only crime. Look at they show you the page. You see this line where they show so? They see the screen?
No, you will be a bit lit behind.
You know they see the screen?
I know, go see it. Yeah, I don't see it now.
Okay, wait. Okay, now the way I share.
No,
they come, just hold on, yeah? Just hold on. The wrong screen I use for share. Just hold on. You need to see this because I will let you download them, let you read them yourself. You they see a now big one, not so?
No see they be in.
What I mean the screen, you they see a big one.
Yeah, they see. Yeah, I see the. I see this. Yeah, I see now. They don't big. Yeah.
Yes. You see this way. You see this line where I put the cursor.
Yeah.
That's my Her Majesty's Commissioner and correspondence on the subject of insurrection in Sierra Leone Protectorate, 1898. That's the report on the hot tax war, written by a British Commission of Inquiry with an Opul Nadote recently. And here, it was admitted that the arrogance of the colonial administrators now caused the fiasco. Ibu never fought a war. He told them, go and talk to the other chiefs. If they agree for pay, we all will pay. Then they went south. Then go take Momoja and Bana Louis, then put them in sand, then put them by that boat. They wouldn't the padlock, wouldn't him, they call him Kui. Say them for look sun. Now this make the people then revolt. When the people revolt, then kill a lot of Creole them who in the middle and they do business. Now that one of the reasons that will make problem there between Creole and Mende people. The real tax war, incorrect name na the Mende War. Babule was a man caught in between. 200 of his men were slaughtered. Then he was put in handcuffs and taken to Ghana. He never fought a war. That's
It baffled me, Mr. Jallo, because
history was now you won't believe before they had it.
I don't believe. I don't believe. I do wonder who doesn't want to go pull a kind news and it can't throw him for people. That's what baffled me.
90% of voting in the tell you now the world today na lie.
I actually believe say back. We do not tell with history, then tell the
Passion.
Yes. Now that I believe because me when I studied that economic history, when I studied at Probate College, they opened me. Yeah, I said this never don't teach we. This they never don't teach we. Make we get an understanding of what will be happen to people. I mean locally, the problem there. I'm not telling people and no say the fact will happen between the team people amongst themselves. It was past any other crime, any other war.
Yes.
How many people know that?
Few.
People don't know.
It's not put local, not you they talk about.
No, then Boku, Mr. Jallo, then Boku, the one that even the Simra Marampa was, Ide, Yoni, yeah,
etc.
Yeah.
Those were for trade routes, for control of trade routes.
Yes. So people don't know, see, a lot of problems happen between even tribes and within the tribes there.
That's what you say. The problem between the Mende and the Chimney now because of control of trade routes.
Yeah, that one
is we are caught in between.
No.
Now the Banta Chimney there. The Banta Chimney, now them be from that Buya Rumen the end, take on down to Shenge. Now they call it Mambu, a Banta Chimney, a Mambo, then they call themselves na Bombali. A Banta Chimney, na Infen Kamakuye. Now in the Gomoyamba district, you get chiefdom, then they call Banta chiefdom. See, that area then they talk men they, but I've been Banta Timni there. They were the ones who suffered most. And then war, then they way they talk about so. That's not in our history.
Not the way you study them. In fact, according to history, the most lethal people amongst the teams right now, they own them. Because now them say they get for exile, a lot of them.
Now, rising. I get that history. Yes. Like Nigeria and write that history. I get that document today.
They get for exile them, or plenty of them. Because people don't know this thing. We all know about the British, they know what they do, Governor Clarkson, Governor this.
And I don't want to you know.
This sort of thing.
It's not part of the brainwashing.
Even this misinform, they don't misinform people and say people and be bullied, many people and they hate them. That this people because people don't know what happens. Say this now, control of road them for do business. People and get misunderstanding over that. Say would have for pay even the local people them. They have suffer in the later days where they have don't hold up with local area. People the fishing with them call and not put local. They don't say not true. a name say na local people and be
They come local. Now then we come to Newton Football.
then we go local people.
Where the ones whose chief was called Songo Loko. I named it Nada Songo where they are but. He named na Songo Loko. So when the British came, they say, oh, then Loko people them. Just like how the Bolom people they all been there in that Lunge area, some been there Cambia, some they Shenge and Wotin. When they meet by Shebora, I say na my name by Shebora, then say that na Shaboro in people there. But the people there now, we stay wrong before they.
This is exactly
It's wrong. For brainwash we.
me. Now make even when they talk about this people, I say no. What that can distort this history for
Yes, my friend. Remember now was before by Burea. I said, if I can like I say, remember now. Now I do deal with the British for make them take the Western area, not to Nembana. The Maui
yeah.
do the deal with the British them. A name na be Tomiro. Na Maui been the Obaga village. The people that revolt against them, they die. They're not barren, they hang on out thick na ibada eating body. Una go na Koya, Newton Koya area, then go tell
You see Robaga village. Who's that Robaga village been there?
by the Rokel River, na Koya. The village they take it, Robaga. It did it. What to say? Between Macheka and Makolo Junction,
Even
the Rokel River.
even from football college, I understand. See, even Freetown they born am 3 times.
Yes.
Because they say no. This land is not about you to can install yourself as leader. Now, give been given as a land of a settled number because una for they under me.
Yes.
No, they under una. I say back now, make them go build the state house, but up the hill them.
Not where you got and correct.
So that then is
One of the invasion, the only people that invade them, tiny people that want go up the hill, now they then go find Regent and Gloucester, go to Leicester village. Now they know they put on a history, but it's scanty. You understand?
I want to know about the village.
Now the invasion will be the big. Now the people then go up now then hillside for go take refuge. With some not come down again, now that result in Gloucester, Leicester, Regent, then village, then they up the hill. You understand?
Yeah.
Then not so Timnis been they attack them. The French were also attacking them. Because at that time, the French then Conakry, they be want to take control of Freetown. All of them they not put on our history.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The first batch of people they them bring come from America, they Conakry, then go settle them. Rio then they Conakry, told them, see, I lived Conakry 5 years. I was friendly to some of them. One of them, a young man, the Tewa Dede, recently under Mamadi Doumbouya, he was the Minister of Justice. Alfonso Wright. He talk Creole like how they talk and so they talk French, they talk English. In Big Sister, now be a judge. I don't know if that lady is still there alive. Then been there now one area they call Madina Liberté. We go Madina Liberté na Conakry. Most of the people the way they meet in Creole there. The way go na that land, do side and get the American base, Casa. Most of the people the way they meet in Creole them. The history, then so distort them for certain elitist purpose. That's all a part of the reason why we will not know who that will be. The elect today. Bible was a warrior. He fought against the British. The British make him surrender. He alakoto mine. Who sound like to pull that story?
So about 10 11 years ago, nine and pull up picture with not the real picture than with the whole
With police.
yeah. A policeman nap say you know whole now. I don't know. I don't know because
Picture with them. Captain, I hate look done
yes.
guilty. Not also.
You know, me as I dey tell you, that small economic history where I read, a lot of you know want to lay it down because it would now tell about some people how the thing they be dey, how this and that. And I say, so they left all this for tell me, then they go tell me Governor Clarkson for you.
History of the slavery we create fragmentation.
Yes, yes. No, even then tell me the history of because we can blame the people them, but according to the history they try for not blame the people them completely because now take an example, Mr. Jalo. If I come out today abroad so I go to a village na salon. I go with mayonnaise, I go with all kind of Western goods them more common yeah. They are go give them people in there. Then I say, well, me na businessman who I dey sell people.
Village.
I mean, I didn't. I did do. I did people. And I think things. Definitely now. Then they do all kind of things. I've got to teach kids to come to them. They can't tie them now. They tell them now where the policeman and they come the next trip. Then take them the hand over them.
You're quite correct.
I think so.
People say, well, as much as we go blame the Europeans for the ethic immoralities of the slave trade, we self need for take we own blame. And before they take today as we speak, that mentality for sell we and we resources cheap now they pass on a salon. Now they pass on.
That
If you take chemical from Europe, then go give their young brother for take as drugs. If people then they go take chemical from Pakistan, then can give them brother for use as drugs. If people then they take with diamond and gold and waiting and get free to foreigners, is that not the same as selling your own brother into slavery?
in just another form. Not the same thing.
We need for wake up, not Sierra Leone. We need for wake up. All this cause and effect not get for help we. If we not change with mentality, nothing not a change. Nothing for them.
And like the British them, this divide and rule where they left all over Africa back now himself don't go to hand.
That's the British.
Yeah. Because even like when you talking about I say the both school they open them and because what do you mean understand though? Because them they get a lot of revolt from the Creole them or the other
Right.
Let me see.
In this document, yeah.
Yeah.
We create Western education, the young spoon.
Yes.
We have control them for go blind, then go blind food. We keep them. Make them begin talking English, write some literature and poetry, then teach them agriculture so that they go kind of now. Yeah, that fair to the paso.
And I be understand say back even Sheki be hijack the idea because the Creole they normally when they want get it, they say it's too early for getting independence because people are not go school. say go na dem village them. More than 90 to 95% of Sierra Leoneans not sabi read and write. You know, can't give them self-governance. How we go rule ourselves? So, Sheki now, it can't team up na that argument day, but now they just pull common and do election before independence or independence before election.
You quite correct.
Because Sheki now, is a politician.
Quite correct, yeah.
Yeah.
You quite correct. That's exactly what happened. You quite correct. Those were opposed to independence. Then at a particular stage, they even have say if we then go ahead with the independence, then we get a two-state solution. Let Western area be a separate country.
Go on with this backwardness.
Yes. Guys, book on that. Colonization, class formation, and underdevelopment in Sierra Leone. Go and find that book and
When I
read
need this
it.
problem all come, when some people in talk say, oh, Namiti Magai, na no more work, or Albert Magai, work no more.
Below.
Now that man, the NMG governance in a very rough form. Now he start from his manage, because how he manage.
He's managing Sierra Leone from 1953.
So imagine, say, me, I know Sabinati for administration. They can't give me, say, or I know Sabinati for take care of a house. They can't give me a new house, everything they glitter, they make. And then I did inside, I know Sabinati for maintenance. That window begin to broke, I know Sabi fix them. That glass, that toilet seat done it broke, I know Sabi. Not to say they make so take the house down for it. But people in this, you don't know what they talk, say, oh, Albert, or Multimagai, they're the only possible. No, they inherit the house in a very clear form, a very.
That of people who Milton Magai been worked with between 1953 and 1961, they should have been the most responsible set who go say, this system will get so broke, how will make them. Never did. Then begin fetting themselves. By 1964, Milton Magai died, and half brother take over. From 64 to 67, inside and kick him, APC take over. Now that Kumbulo, they roll like roller coaster downhill from that time.
Yes, because to me, as you say, I quite understand the Creole point. Say, if you can't give governance to people, we know be nothing. I mean, how for govern, how for make something administratively, then you give them that because the Freetown is a small part of the country. Then the whole part of the other part of the country will be on land, more than 97% of the land. Then they know be nothing. Then you say we can't rule ourselves, not to destruction.
But let we look in terms of data. Before 1906, the only schools that will be in the operate upline, then they Tonkolili, Moyamba, Bont district. Now they normal school been there. You get a few now the Northwell, Wesleyan, and Catholic been there, but now limited proportion. You understand?
Yeah.
Then you go up in school 1906, say this now for sons and wards of chiefs. By 1948, you open assembly, say, on a can begin practice Western democracy. But una the chief for them now, una get power now. Which means you created an autocracy, calling it democracy. Remember, from 1906 to 1948, now almost here.
No, for 2 years.
Then, by 1961, 1953, you say, well, now, no longer Protectorate Assembly, the national government. Una can make government with the give una for minister, let una begin practice. Now almost here.
53, mean.
1953.
1953, put the 42 plus another 5 years. 47 years.
One is right to not take independence. Now almost here.
Then you put again from 53 to 61, when another 8 years. Then 47 plus 8, now 55 years.
55 years enough for Mekusabi watching people that don't take common century they do.
Yeah. Now, even notice if they don't get schools them all around, I mean, like say they build schools every year, they build one school or primary school every year, then build 2, 3, 4, 5. They expand rapidly. You will say in 20 years' time, people don't know a lot of things.
Israel began independence 1980 or
Zimbabwe.
1985. It is far better today than this.
Mr. Jallo, why Zimbabwe is not today that problem where Mugabe go shake stick against with man? Zimbabwe will be far ahead.
Mister,
Yeah.
1991, I was in Zimbabwe for 9 months. Now, inside Harare, first I see ATM. Now, inside Harare, first I use ATM with a card, a bank card. Okay? In 1991, they had ATM all over Zimbabwe.
Yeah, me even where they come up? We can tell me na post we sell. A lot of things then they way them they buy in a store. They say product of Zimbabwe. Product of Zimbabwe, then they see them. You just come on no more say these radicalism not fine. If you even now Ukraine today, let me just talk about that small. You see this war with the council. Now something will don't happen even before they host the European Championship. The problem don't start now. This break away from the past, where they want for let them come up be under Russian hands, come to the Western hands. Now the problem starts.
Now the
problem starts until they get out in force war with that partner Donetsk. But that time the Russia will support Donetsk region, but not with this full fledged. So the rebel will not be able to take over the region. So they therefore go, they overpower them. They see don't like what they say a calm peace, when I see don't plant up tenter hooks, you not doing it. So for can't take away people them promoting you to centuries. Then you just if I don't today, see the gap of civilization or gap of culture and everything. These people have tried with the Soviet people. Then one can't take them away from them. Now this problem start. Now Russia then go, they know make now the first can't take Crimea first. Because they want to support the rebel, but how they go support the way,
Russia take Crimea?
Well, let's say, according to them, say all of Crimea are Russian and talk to Russian people.
Well, that's what they will say, but the fact is, if Russia had not been secure Crimea, then the Russian fleet before be redundant. Plus the Northern Sea, the Baltic Sea fleet, and then before able use. Because all them fleets were near Turkey and the West, na Crimea ide. You see, the problem in Ukraine is bigger than the world is being told. And they get for handle them with care.
Yeah, I just relate them to the Salon concept where we don't do.
But not the same thing they happen at Sierra Leone, mister. Any side whether you fumble then go trouble not they done there. And then create trouble not the Middle East. And they call themselves British.
Yeah, because we don't read that story, the one documentary where they say where the Jews them again come after the World War, Second World War. Now they say when I give them people outside for settlement.
The Jews who ran from Germany came to England because they found it difficult to resettle them. Now then take them at the Middle East, tell the people they say, now give them people a land, let them settle. The Palestinians they open up, let them settle. Now in British Council.
Yes.
The state of Israel in 1948-49.
I didn't do anything that make you see say any side which side a state like, even I talk about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe don't get ties with the British. They get a lot of white people like where they lead development, people and the benefit under there. Now small, like
The biggest mistake we do was, as you rightly say, radicalism, not to alter the pay.
no radicalism.
The radical, therefore, be constructive. If Robert Mugabe they allow the Zimbabweans then for learn business management, they learn the agricultural skills of because the tell I've been in Zimbabwe 91, Mister. That the first hour see farm where they go up to them 5-10 miles. One farm, 10.
I look at the sea. I mean, see,
Understudied these people.
Yes. That
Usually buy them out. Not to be force.
people say buy them out. Let me give you an example. Now, Belgium, where I be studying horticulture, the man where I the work with, now in beginning no one do horticulture. He say, where me the if I deal with an animal, I will take over the farm.
Yes.
We can get no. So let me see, when I deal with them people in there, when I don't understudy them, when I don't get good relationship, now just then integrate when I inside the business. As then integrate when I inside the business, when I get roots then they, when I become shareholders them, when I become partners, maybe when I take over gradually. Not to by force come on ya, you can't take hold. You can't take hold, everybody.
The problem with the African is we are so traumatized that we think so we can solve a problem by creating trauma for others.
My boss.
You know, like we over 4,000 years now, people learn Kosa. They are come and begin to take people into slavery. Other nationalities come, Indians come, then Europeans came. If we want for reverse the situation, we get for doing step by step. This is what I always say for day. Even in Sierra Leone, the biggest mistake we go make now, now for use force for change what's in the gone through. We are going to destroy that place forever and ever. Because the people are already highly traumatized.
Yes, Salon say many conflict not dey right now. We did in our ethnic.
Anarchy.
Even like when I talk about radicalism, now one of the failures of the Julius Maada administration.
With one mentality, what nothing.
Imagine say, okay, when we say not true what you talk say, and Nkrumah don't spoil the country, you don't spoil the image of the country. Okay, maybe say after 5 years, many people say now a better life are under you. But not that fate we can't wait. No, let them check people how life they live. You know, 10 times worse than they tell you.
It's 100 times worse.
So what have you actually done to the people the way you say they can't fight for?
You want to use Trump to create stability. Not possible.
Radicalism of Ryan can be tell you see, we get them kind of people in the way be radical, like we say come also I mean get one man the way na radical, we he beats there. Radical and say, you're not going to achieve anything. You're not going to achieve anything. It bring about hate, destruction. You know, it work. Because let me say, for instance, the smaller if you get, let me say, forget plan for develop self, the part of some part of the country. Because you don't have that jiggy jagger business, as you can make some deals, so who say you know they spoil them. They spoil them. They see what happening. We make sure they not succeed.
To that, self, to that. Pavode, even inside your house, you picking them. If you say by force them for do something, then they revolt.
Oh, they revolt, that for sure.
Revolt, they did to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And to revolt, they take the form of destruction. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We get for find other ways for do things. And we get for find other ways where we move away from this mentality of autocracy where the colonialists they don't teach we. Because then a part of the crisis. We are all autocrats. Now I make alter they play victim.
Yeah.
Alter they play victim.
In South Africa, then take over the country gradually. Now make the collapse not be that automatic collapse.
South Africa is not doing well. I'm going to pick up. You know why?
Yes, then the people
Mature most countries in Africa.
the mature, yes, exactly. The mature
two mistakes or missteps because that made you media about independence. They make they lost their senses, but they don't begin to pick up.
no, what do you mean about this there? Even if they go beyond, right? It might be like dramatic, like the way other nations they go beyond dramatically because of the by force power we didn't take. It's small. South Africa don't dinner from not like from 1994. 1994 to now, how much year? Not to 31 years.
31 years.
So if they not collapse today, that means they go, like you say, and the law of diminishing return, you come to that point. They did at that point.
You know, South Africa not a collapse. They get a very strong middle educated class of blacks. This is absent in most African societies.
When I look again about the independence, who get a salon with 95 to 98% of people not go to school.
At the time we get independence in 1961, there were only 500 teachers in Sierra Leone. Most up to 1980, been foreigners been the teaching at Sierra Leone, Pafode.
Yes, I agree with you.
Teachers doing that. Doing that due to the educational system, because when we want for balance the numbers, they started accepting people to teach who are not teachers.
Yes.
Teaching a profession like engineering, medicine, etc. We created a culture of teaching being a place where Jack will go and wait until he gets a better job.
Exactly. Well, at this time,
lucky we country so. Some of them here, some of we know, now make with the talk, let the one that we think say then they up here and let them yeri. Let them come to we and ask. We are not going for ask money for them. We do it for Sierra Leone, tell you what to do, how to do it. So go come out of this mess. But this cause and effect, this na green, this na red, this na APC, this na SLPP. It's all stupidity. Backwardness will they pass.
You always don't talk about even the trust level of Sierra Leoneans. See me, I don't deal with the Cameroon community for a long time. See them get a high level of trust there.
Yeah. Because the fact that they talk two languages that are country, French and English. But it was level very high.
Very, very high. Anywhere I tell Salom bless you, I join Osusu in the Cameroon community them. Any Salom away tells you no go join. Say, one man who like this no, we get. We said because Salom we can tell them people yeah. And then they Osusu no they ever done. Until them done so they start back. One day, I know anybody Osusu na ya somebody carry that money they not again. No.
No way, I'll be start Osusu. One man take the money, now you know can't forgive the balance. Now so I let thing done will be
any side they talk there, yeah. Now the same thing they tell me, say, oh man, wait me a hold, I know the gig, Salon, yes,
I'm a friend association, not so.
Yes.
You know, I guess Salon association.
Now they tell you, say, oh, benefits, Belgium, even in if you don't tell you today, the whole of Belgium. Now the only organization that we don't for more than I've been living here 25 years now.
Okay.
We
I don't do it.
Yes. And it face serious challenge at the moment.
To a political institution.
Not why it's not.
Take over. If they're not take over, the whole thing well.
Yes, now the challenge that we dey face from man them we be don't be head them day we then come out they no want help the one the way come take over. We then be take over, they help almost help them. So all one talk now say why be did it better pass now. Now the salon mentality way we dey do in governance or we pakaba be the team better one and scrum come now all thing go behind. Way back and scrum he talk say we pakaba be there nothing no there we will come 19 bet blue zone. So now the thing and then the way they face the organization way be say it seems every year are they done day. Are they done day, we go sit down day, we make her stronger. At the communal here with my family, we dey go help. The one they will meet Sajalo, they know they put hand, they want let something for them. Maybe for them. Imagine no, something that they do, when they get them 10, 15,000 euros every year. Where then when they go help people in a salon, you want for them for personal reasons. We build right now, so we build a vocational center.
Bill Salon Association get up to about 10 or 15,000 euros in our account in the equivalent in crowns.
No,
that money disappeared, and later we got to know how it disappeared.
No, we require to tell you, we know disappear one
From
day.
that day now, till nobody not call me pan salon business again.
No, when I they say you get from meet people like some people in physical organization then they people for Boku. That crowd now they call the problem. We will get members them but we get core members them. So the core members then are the cater for say they go no side. I mean we get problem, we try for talk to them. But when they come, you want to make the idea for team up day, otherwise there's scatter. No, you
want all the office.
Yes.
So now the office, then they begin Kongosa. Scatter.
Every year, not talking to every year, which would they make in income? Because we get 2 shows there every year. If you put them together, and then 15 to 20,000 euros. Then that money they all salary they go. Most of the money na salary they go. No money left in Belgium. Now maybe we just they left small money for organize back the other things there. But that money all they go for go help people away, for make water well them, for paid for their handicap them people and there now they build to a vocational center and Mashaka. So all of those things it be as I they say, we easy for us alone people them come together.
Well, I didn't try in Belgium.
I don't if they tell you the story about Brussels, we get thousands of Sierra Leone, Antwerp, they're not the organization them.
Oh well.
Well, the fet today. I mean, for day that you come now, we get 2, 3 organizations. Anyway, I will not that.
We don't try. Tire. We not go tire. We not go tire. As long as we get energy, we go the top.
I can be the drum today because then I round up quick. I can join. I will join you Wednesday then.
All right. So we talk on Wednesday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Only family I do for me, huh?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, yes, fumble them. I think we don't do justice today. And every good thing for come to an end. And the people that we can today by Sam, Salon TV, Junior Williams, People's Democratic League. Well, thank you for coming. Also, Alkuyate, Pafode Kamara. Well, thank you, Mr. Abu Mansari. Well, thank you for coming. Well, we share this channel. Friends say the truth is what shall set us free. The truth is hidden in knowledge. Within Sierra Leone need right now na knowledge, not to war, not to curse, not to fight, not to blame, not to complain. We can't complain until thy kingdom come. Nothing or the change. We go blame until thy kingdom come. Nothing or the change. But then knowledge, yeah, the more it go out, the more people then they get the better we be able to see and understand with challenges. And the better we're able to understand with challenges, the easier it is for us to find solutions. So do ya, una way they listen, una help for shape this channel, una send them as wide as possible, encourage people and for listen. Let them they come listen. Let we see what you go do for begin make we think different na Sierra Leone. Because until we begin think, say, oh, this na so it been they go below put on center. This na so it been they go below put on center. Until we begin able to do that, it will be the same rat race, round and round and round and round. A few maybe go able to survive, but the majority will continue for suffer. If that is what we want, fine. If not all want, let we all make effort that we change Sierra Leone. Change is not an overnight thing. It takes time. It's a process. Therefore, take time. Especially change for a place where over the last 60 and more years, now the same thing don't they happen in different ways. We have been trying to do we have been doing the same thing, not to try, we have been doing the same thing, expecting different results. They work that way. That's now in the Frenchman say imbecile, insanity. Now would they do so? If we want the salon change, we forget a common platform, we all sit down, we talk to ourselves, and we for understand, say, it no matter whether in a Creole or Mende or Timni or Limba, we all get something we connect with now with DNA. We are all blood relatives. That Creole, most of them na Mende. Most of the people now they call Creole na Mende and Timni. Now I fumble them. Now we fumble them, we sell them into slavery, then bring them back. Now we fumble them still. Now we respect that fact. Now we begin to sit down and talk to ourselves. And I thank you for listening. We will meet up on Wednesday by the grace of
We pledge love and loyalty to be countryside. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall.
Sierra Leone's path toward bridging social gaps and fostering trust presents a valuable lesson for West Africa in addressing the polarizing effects of identity in politics and economics. By embracing new beliefs and perceptions that prioritize collective emancipation, the nation can tackle the systemic exclusivity that often divides rural and grassroots communities from national decision-making processes. Bridging the polarization of identities, whether political, ethnic, or economic, is essential for fostering unity. Historical divisions rooted in identity, politics, and unequal economic structures have created a climate of mistrust which perpetuates societal fragmentation. By promoting dialogue and equitable representation across all identities, Sierra Leone can cultivate a shared sense of national purpose. This requires reimagining political system to be more inclusive, ensuring that marginalized voices, especially from rural areas, have meaningful participation in governance and policy making. Economically, reducing identity-driven disparities is crucial. Efforts must focus on expanding access to resources such as education, healthcare, and economic opportunities for underserved communities. Policies that decentralize economic power and prioritize rural development can help bridge the wealth gap and create a more inclusive class system, fostering trust and solidarity between different socio-economic groups. At the grassroots level, empowering communities to actively participate in shaping their futures strengthens collective engagement. This approach not only addresses immediate inequities, but also fosters long-term societal cohesion by reducing identity-based polarization. The cultivation of new inclusive beliefs and practices can transform Sierra Leone into a model of unity and shared progress. By prioritizing inclusivity and addressing the polarizing forces of identity in politics and economics, Sierra Leone offers a blueprint for West Africa to embrace shared prosperity and empower citizens at every level of society.